Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to factorize hard quadratics really quickly. In fact, you'll probably be able to do it in about 15 seconds once we're finished, which is really useful for loads of exams. We're expected to factorize these kinds of quadratics very quickly. A-levels, GCSEs, any other exams you're doing. Now, again, the method that we teach in the UK tends to be the one where you have to write it out in a longer way, then split it in half, then factorize the first two, yada yada. But here's a faster way to do it. First thing you're going to do, and this step is the same in all methods, is you're going to find two numbers. Now the two numbers are quite easy. The first number we're finding is literally just the first coefficient, so 2, multiplied by the constant on the end. So the coefficient of x squared times the constant on the end. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And this addition number, which is just the coefficient of x in the middle. Now all we're doing, and again this is very similar to the normal way that we do this, is we're going to find two numbers that will multiply to give 4 and add to give 5. So if you write the factors of 4 out on the other side, you have 2 and 2. That doesn't add to give 4. Then you have 4 and 1. That does times to give 4 and adds to give 5. So 4 and 1 are our two numbers. And all we're going to do is we're going to write them on the side over here. Okay? And now all we're going to do is we're going to take those two numbers, so 4 and 1, and we're going to divide them by the coefficient of x squared. So in fact, let me move this down a little bit just so you can see a bit clearer. So I'm going to divide that by 2, divide that by 2. Now, if you can simplify, you should. So this is going to be equal to 2 over 1 because you can divide the top and bottom by 2. And the other one we can't simplify any further, and this is how it works. This is so good, right? Each of these fractions represents one of the brackets. The number on the bottom is the number you put in front of x. So for this, for the first bracket, the number in front of x is going to be 1. So I'm going to write 1x. You don't have to write 1x, but I'm going to write it. And the number on top is the number that you're adding or subtracting. Same thing over here. The number on the bottom is the number in front of x. So that's 2x. And the number on the end is 1. And if you notice when you expand this, you will get the right answer. 1x times 2x is 2x squared. Then you're going to have 4x plus x, 5x, 2 times 1 is 2. So it works. To prove it, I'm going to go through a few other examples just so you can practice. At any point, I would recommend that you pause the video and try and do it yourself. So let me go through one more example, then try and do the next ones by yourself. But I'm just going to keep going. So here again, remember what the first step was? We're going to find the number that we're timesing to and the number that we're adding to. How do we find the number that we times to? You take the coefficient of x squared, which is 2, and we multiply it by the constant on the end, regardless of if it's negative or positive. So 2 times 12 is 24. And the add number is the number in front of x, the coefficient of x, which is 11, positive 11. So again, we're going to look for two numbers that multiply to give 24, but add to give 11. So just write down all of the different factors. So for example, 6 times 4 gives me 24, but it doesn't add to 11, it adds to 10. We also have 8 and 3, which times to 24, and it does add to 11, so those are our numbers. Now what do we do with those numbers? We put them both over the coefficient of x squared. So we have 8 over 2, and we have 3 over 2, and these represent our brackets. But remember, if you can, you need to simplify. That's one weakness to this method. You have to simplify the fractions. So this, we can divide top and bottom by 2, which gives us 4 over 1. And remember, the number on the bottom represents the x. So this first fraction represents the first bracket. So the number on the bottom is the number in front of x, so that's 1x again. Again, you don't need to write the 1, you can just write x. The number on the top represents the constant on the inside of the bracket. And again, the second fraction represents the second bracket, so it's 2x plus 3. And again, have a go at expanding it. 4 times 3 gives me 12. 1x times 2x gives me 2x squared. 3x plus 8x does give me 11x. So yet again, it works. So the next one, I want you to try and pause the video and have a go at doing it yourself. It is a negative, but it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to give you 3 seconds just to pause, have a go. Okay. Once again, the first thing we need to do is we need to find the add and the multiply numbers. So how do we find the multiplication number? We do the coefficient of x squared, which is 4, times the constant on the end, which is negative 5. So this is 4 times negative 5, which is negative 20. Do the same thing with the add. That's just the coefficient of x, so it's negative 19. So looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 20 and add to minus 19. You can again write on the side all of the different factors, of 20, and then you're just making one of them negative so it multiplies to a negative. So for example, we have 20 and 1. So if we make one of them negative, I'm going to write it twice. If I make it negative 20 and 1, that does add to negative 19, so it is the first one. The next step is you write both of these numbers over the coefficient of x squared. So I have negative 20, the negative is important, over 4, and we also have 1 over 4. Simplify if you can, so I can divide the first fraction top and bottom by 4, which gives me negative 5 over 1. And again, these represent our brackets or parentheses. The number on the bottom is the number in front of x, so I'm not going to write the 1x this time, I'm going to write it just x. The number on the top is the constant inside the bracket. Same thing over here, that'd be 4x plus 1. So I could tell that some of you might be wondering, how does it work with negative numbers? That's how it works. And again, if both numbers are negative, we're going to keep them both negative as well, so we have two negative numbers on the inside. Completely fine. Let's try another one, see if you can get it right. So the numbers are a little bit bigger this time, but again, imagine trying to do this without this method. Cool, let's see if you got it right. So we're multiplying to 6 times 12, which is 72, and we're adding to 17. So again, let's write all the factors of 72. Well, obviously we have 6 and 12, but that adds to 18, not 17. What else do we have? We have 36 and 2, but that adds to 38, not 18. We also have 9 and 8, which does add to 17. So there you go. So again, we write those numbers on top of 6. So we have 9 over 6, and we have 8 over 6. And again, simplify the fractions if you can. So we can divide the first fraction, top and bottom, by 3, which gives us 3 over 2. Divide the second fraction, top and bottom, by 2, which gives us 4 over 3. And then your brackets. And again, specifically for the GCSE and A-level exam, they expect you to be able to do this in under a minute, and this does not take more than a minute. It really doesn't, especially when you practice it a little bit. So that would be 2x plus 3 for the first one. Remember, the number on the bottom is the coefficient of x. The number on the top is the constant at the end. This one again, we have 3x plus 4. And again, if you want to, try and expand it. See if it works. See if it doesn't work. It will always work. So again, the only thing to keep in mind is when you have a negative, make sure you remember which number is negative. So it's the negative 20, so we leave it there. If both numbers happen to be negative, which I'm not really sure of a situation where it could be, again, just make sure you keep them both negative so you can actually put it in properly. But yeah, that is a much faster way. We solved 4 quadratics whilst I was explaining it, and we did that in about 8 minutes, so that's pretty damn quick. But yeah, hopefully that was useful to you. See you in the next one.